everyone. So today's Little Tip Thursday. We're going to do a little different for you. We get a lot of questions inside the salon about the difference between box color and professional color. So Lavella and I are just going to kind of sit here and casually talk to you about some of the major differences and why you should choose to go with a professional color.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
So the reason why we say to not use box color is because we went to school to learn color and a whole bunch of other stuff, but we can actually mix color to your hair needs because everyone's hair is different. You got to think some women have gray hair, some women don't have gray hair. Some people just want some light color, some people want dark colors. So we can always mix it to what you need and what you want. We want to meet your desires. Whereas if you buy a box color from Walmart or CVS, it's not going to be exactly the same. It's not going to look exactly like the picture that's on the box.
Yeah, I would say, the chemicals are pretty similar to being the same thing, but box color is made to be a one-size-fits-all type of color, and
It's not.
there's no way that I could possibly put the same thing. Well, we're pretty close in color right now, but if you take a brunette and you take a blonde and you expect to get the same result, it's not going to happen. There's so many different sciences and chemistry that go into the colors that we formulate for you. So, and it's not just the level of your hair, that whether it's light or dark, there's so many things that we take into consideration when we're going to formulate a color for you, like how thin and fine your hair is, what is already on it, what's the texture, what's your underlying pigment, because some of us have a cool underlying pigment and some of us have a warmer one, is that color going to work with your skin tone? So those are all things that when we sit down and do a professional consultation with you, that we're going to really look and see what's going to be best for you. I think my biggest thing about box color, and I know that some of you guys do box color on your retouch and it comes out gorgeous and you don't feel like it's worth having it done in the salon. If you're just doing that, a color retouch, and it's working for you, okay, I love to cut, so I will cut your hair and that makes me happy. But the main thing about box color, not only going back to that one size fits all, that developer that's in there is usually somewhere between a 30 and a 40 developer. Now, when I say developer, the higher the level of developer, the stronger it is. So if you take somebody like me and I just want to go darker, there's no reason for me to put 30 volume developer on my hair. And my hair is already compromised because I'm not naturally this light. So if I was to go darker by myself just by using a box, not only am I creating more damage on my hair, but I'm probably going to go really mousy into a nasty, ugly brown. So there's, the main thing is there's no reason to cause more damage to your hair and to compromise it any further when we can really customize and make sure that we're only using what you truly need.
Well, and something else, when you box color at home and you're doing it yourself, you're not getting every single strand of hair.
Oh, yeah.
We can see your whole entire head. We can see from front to back, side to side. So we can know where to put the color and where it's going to sit. Whereas when you come in and we see that you've done a box color, there could be spots, it could be stripy, anything. And we just try to accommodate for that and try and mix and, put stuff in the right spot.
Right, yeah, and when we do a color for you, that color is truly customized for you. How often do you take one tube of color and put it in your formula? It never happens. We always are customizing and mixing different things to make sure that color is specifically for you.
Right.
Let's see, what else?
When you box color at home and say you color all over and you do it every 4 weeks, you're creating a buildup of color. There's a reason why we can color just your roots, because we can see them and we can get to them. Whereas at home, you're just putting it on all over and it doesn't matter. Well, it does. Because once you start creating that buildup of color on your ends, it's hard to tackle through if you want to get any lighter. Especially with the dark browns and the dark blacks.
Yeah, and I'm sure, especially when they want us to come in and go lighter, if you have layers upon layers upon layers of color that, it's almost impossible to break it through and to get where we want to go.
Exactly.
One of the things I see often is with blondes, somebody will buy a box color blonde and they'll start with it, and then what happens is every time they color it, they apply it root to tip, and that's not necessary. So not only are they damaging the ends, but you'll find like bands of the colors. So you'll see, you know, what the color was supposed to be out of the box, and then you'll have it like continually get lighter. And sometimes you'll see the opposite of that with dark color. It'll, you know, be brighter at the top and get darker on the ends, which is actually the opposite of what your natural color does. You know, we're typically a shade lighter and brighter on our ends instead of darker.
Right.
But you know, we spend thousands of hours you know, making sure that we stay up on our education, and that's, you know, just the color theory in school is just the basis of it.
Right.
But we're constantly going to classes and learning, and to keep ourselves on the upper edge of the technology that's coming out, or, you know, different formulations. And it really is a science. And when we start like rattling off numbers like 4MW and, you know, 7CG, like our clients are lost, but to us, like, that's magic. It's and it's just so cool that we have our secret language. So if you guys have any questions, is there anything else that you wanted to add to that?
No, I think I'm pretty set, but there's a reason for what we do, and I hope all of you guys understand that and understand why we recommend what we do.
So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. We'll always love to get back in touch with you,
Oh, yeah.
and we hope we're going to see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.